you feel like different areas in your life are chaotic, finances, health and habits, your home's chaotic, your relationships are chaotic, this is such a great time to separate those into different categories and see what you can do to not only start untangling some of those, because it's going to help you simplify your life. If you have relationships that are just toxic, you know that they are, you know the ones, you know the friendships that are just, they produce chaos. So it's such a really great way to decipher, well, is this a healthy relationship? Well, what are the fruits of that relationship? Are you, let's say it's a friendship. Are you strengthening each other? Are you sharing wisdom on how you can do better? Are you really rooting for each other? Or is it a friendship that has secret, you really want that person to fail, or they really want you to fail, or you're gossiping about that person behind their back, they're gossiping about you behind your back. It's chaotic, and there's always this problem. You're maybe arguing about seeing things different. I know politics can rip friendships apart. It's okay to walk away from certain friendships. You are not required to bring everybody from your past into your future. You don't have to. It's your choice. And a lot of times people bring out the worst in us, and you could have a friendship that person is making you into a wicked person. They're bringing out the worst in you, and you're like, man, I hate how this person's making me feel and act and live. Now, obviously you're in charge of your actions, but they could be prompting those actions and that behavior in you. Friendships should sharpen each other. Friendships are, you want to be the friend and have the friends that they don't just say, oh, I hope you're well from a distance, but they'll actually cross the road to meet you where you are, that they will have your back, that they are supporting you and you're supporting them. If they have an abundance of something, they share it with you. If you have an abundance of something, you share it with them. You help each other. Friendships can be so nurturing, so healing. They can also be so toxic. And so you have to untangle your life. Untangling these areas, relationships, finances. Untangle the finances. If it's just you have so much going out and not enough coming in, which we've all been there, where things are more expensive now. I mean, let's face it, food's more expensive. So you have more coming out, probably more than you've been able to catch up or bring in. It's just because inflation hit doesn't mean, oh, I got a raise to match it. No, you're probably still making the same amount. Now you have to do more to make more, and you're more exhausted to be able to afford what you normally would afford. Or you have to learn to adjust, pivot, maybe learn a side income or something that you can weave into what you're already doing to produce. But if you sit down and you really take a look at, okay, what are the areas that are going out that are unnecessary? All right, Netflix, that's unnecessary. You don't need it. You could save on that. Maybe you can change your phone plan. You could possibly cut down on gas. Maybe you can go from 2 cars to 1 car. That's a huge deal right there, because it's 2 insurances and 1 insurance instead of 2 insurance. There's areas that you could simplify as far as maybe subscription boxes. Maybe you're a beauty subscription. I used to get my hair done every 6 weeks. Now I'm doing it every 4 months, something around that. And it saves quite a bit of money instead of having to go every 6 weeks. Plus, that's what was destroying my hair anyways. Credit card interest is another one, especially if it's variable interest. So you have all of these little bits going out. Now the little bits add up. If you are a shopper you're so motivated by a good deal, okay? This is such a trap, because just because it's a good deal, you're not saving if it's going out. You can say, well, I got all of this stuff for a good deal. I remember watching the coupon show, and this lady was like, I bought all of this. It was like a cart full of some wart remover, something totally random. And the lady asked her, how much are you saving? She's like, I'm saving money for my kids' college by buying this. I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. Unless you're turning around and selling it and making money on what you're couponing. But, traditionally, if it's going out, you're not saving. It's going. So you have to cut down those little things. So if you're motivated by, oh, I got this, a great deal, $5. $5 here, oh, $5 coffee, or you run through Starbucks or drive through. This adds up. It's the little things that destroy your life. The little things, the little habits turn into big habits. It's the little things that you do daily that make a difference. If you take a vitamin every single day, it's going to help over time, right? Because you're nourishing a little teeny thing. Now, if you take a drug every single day, that's not good for you, it's going to destroy your life over time. A little bit of vodka every single day. So it is the little things. This is why we have to be our attention to detail has to be sharp. This is why I'm not a big drinker. I want my mind to be sharp. And I drink maybe champagne or a couple glasses of wine, maybe twice a year for celebrations. There's no set time, but I'm just not a big drinker like I was in my earlier days. It was just part of life. Like, oh yeah, I had a great week and I'm just gonna go out and drink. No, I don't do that anymore. Don't even want to, because I want my mind to be sharp. I want to make good decisions. I don't want to waste any more time on stupid things and wasting time sitting in a bar or sitting in a restaurant overpaying for something. I want to enjoy life. So when your mind is sharp, you can make clear choices and you snap out of it. Like, why don't you take a look at how much interest you're paying on a credit card over a year period of time? Now, this doesn't apply to everybody, but it applies to some. And add it up. You might be like, man, I just $900 in interest over the last year I spent going nowhere, going back into the system that you're trying to get out of. Simplifying means you're taking accountability for your own actions, because you can't control all of it. And you're not going to be able to, there's always going to be problems. I just had a conversation with my teenage son about this, is no matter where you go, where you live, whether you rent, you own, you have a house, you have an apartment, there's problems. You're gonna face problems in life regardless. However, you can still do your part and cut the excess. Like, I was raised with drama all the time, just problems, arguing, drama, until it was normal. Like, everybody was like, this is how we talk to each other. We yell and argue and talk over to each other to get our point across. And one day in my adult life, I realized if I just remove myself and step out of this, they're still going to be doing it, but I'm not a part of it. And and so I'm accountable for what I do or don't do. So that's what I did. I literally had to block and be like, don't call me with your problems. I'm not involved. I don't care. I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to talk about it. I'm not wasting any more time on this. You do your thing. And for a while, I was still pulled into those conversations, even though I wasn't even there. It was like, oh, and it would come back to me like, oh yeah, well, they were talking. Well, whatever, good. Let them do it. And don't spend your life feeling like you have to justify every single attack that comes your way. I've been attacked so many times, and some of them were friends that I had for years, where they would attack me in ways of saying, oh, I'm this, I'm that, you're this, you're that. You're just rude, just really rude and nasty. And I just didn't respond. Why do I need to spend my life trying to justify how I'm living, and why does it bother you so much? Why are you so bothered if I want to live a certain way? And so we spend so much time trying to justify that to our family for acceptance. Well, we want them to like us and love us. So I'm explaining myself over and over. Well, why? What's the difference if they agree with your choices or not? And if you owe them money, okay, this is another subject. If you owe a family member or a friend money, you don't owe them your life, okay? You're responsible to pay your debt, pay what you owe, but that does not mean that they now have control and authority over every aspect and area of your life, and you have to submit to them. That's an issue. So there's always going to be family drama, but you can pull yourself out, and this is part of untangling your life. Finances, untangling your finances, untangling your relationships, and untangle your home. A home is where everything produces from that. It's like the headquarters of your life, right? Everything flows out of that. It's the resource center. It's where you raise your family. It's where you cultivate a marriage. It's where you rest, laugh, eat. So really everything happens in the home. So fixing and cleaning that space. So here's an example. If I walk by something that's broken, the way that I would feel the way that item is reciprocating to me is, oh, I need to fix that. I need to do something about it. I better add it to my list. It's so much easier to just get rid of it, okay? Donate it. You don't even have to throw it away if you feel bad about throwing trash away. Just get rid of it. There, one thing off your list. Why are we making it so hard on ourselves? Same thing with the closet. It's like, oh, there's so much, to go through. And it creates this mental chaos, and it creates an entanglement. Like, I don't know if I should keep this or get rid of it. Am I going to wear it? Am I not going to wear it? At some point, you got to make these decisions so you can breathe, and everyone else in your family can breathe, and you guys can all experience this type of life. So a chaotic home and a chaotic space, a chaotic mind, it all kind of goes together. It's all related to each other. So start there too. So these are different chunks. Untangling relationships, untangling your finances, untangling your home. And it all goes kind of upward to the same thing. You're simplifying as you're elevating. Because as you're going through this, you're not only raising your standards, you're reflecting on things. And it's okay to be like, oh, I let this get so bad. I can't believe it. Yeah, good. Feel that way. Get mad at yourself. I mean, the point when you're mad at yourself and you're so dissatisfied, that is your rock bottom. That's when you're like, enough is enough. Because remember, you're always going to tolerate what you don't hate, what you're not disgusted by. If you're like, well, it's okay. I don't mind. I don't love it. I don't mind it. I wish it would be different. You're going to tolerate it. You're okay with it. You're allowing it to happen. So you can't complain to anybody about it if you're the one allowing it. And that goes for anything in life. When I used to complain to my husband about problems with friends or family drama, and he's like, well, you're allowing it. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? Just tell him I don't hang out? Or he's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, is that easy? Is it that easy? Yeah, it's that easy. So here I am. And he's like, they're not going to change. You have to change. You have to be the one to change. Like, it was so easy, but I had wanted them to like me or to love me or to accept me, make them proud, make them feel, oh yeah, look, talk good about me, not talk bad about me. And finally I just thought, who cares? People are more focused on their own self anyways. And if they're that bored that they're going to talk about you behind your back, then, that's on them, not on you. They're wasting their purpose by talking about your purpose. I'm just pausing for a minute because there's a little rainbow in front of me, and look how gorgeous that is. I always have this, like, see how the clouds create like this circular shape? I have videos where it's done that. It's right above it, but look how pretty that is. Zoom in. You can't forget to look up. You always got to be aware of your surroundings. Be grateful with what you have, where you live, even if it's, not exactly where you want to be at that time. Just be grateful. Where was I? Oh yeah, mad. Mad at everybody. They're all gossiping about you. So you got to let it go. You got to let those things go. Again, you're not going to take everybody with you. You don't have to constantly explain yourself. If it's a constant problem, you have to be the one to change because you're allowing it in your life. You're allowing that. And it's going to remain as long as you continue to allow it. If you allow a little bit of drinking, a little bit of partying, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you're allowing compromise, and that compromise creeps in, and it's like a rust. It just destroys things. So you got to cut the compromise. I have boundaries in my life that now family and people know, oh man, she's not messing around. These are boundaries that took a while to set up because in the beginning they think you're being mean or rude or whatever, and they'll call you names probably. Now it's like, okay, these are healthy boundaries. And if you're married and you have kids, remember your priorities are within your own home and your own family. God gave you family to cultivate. That doesn't mean it's this whole extended family and all your siblings and all your in-laws and all the cousins and all this. I mean, good God, like, let them live their life and you live your life. It doesn't mean you love them any less. You're not holding unforgiveness. Like, you can forgive in love and not be in close relation with that person. Like, I couldn't even imagine being on the phone now with people all day, gossiping about what? Like, what a waste of life and a waste of time. So you got to get clear about what your path is. Okay, what's your purpose? What are you doing in this season? And it could change. It might be a little different. Before I was a mom, my path was a little different. Now it's, it's different. So you have to be able to adjust depending on which season you are in life. Maybe your kids are grown. Maybe you're by yourself and you're looking for a new path or a new purpose, and there's something. Remember, when you do the things that you find joy in, that gives you strength, gives you hope, gives you purpose, gives you the ability to keep moving. So you have to be able to engage in things that are joyful activities. Bike riding, you might find joy, maybe you can't. Maybe it's just walking, maybe it's gardening, maybe it's drawing, maybe things that really produce joy. That gives you hope, that helps you live long and take care of yourself, your space. If you have breath in your lungs, I keep saying this, you have purpose. God has a plan for you. So don't compromise. Don't be willing to trade your whole life for everybody else's problems. I had realized that even after I stepped out of all of these gossip circles, they're still doing the same thing. Isn't that funny? Like 10 years later, everybody's still talking about the same thing. Still. So whether I was involved in it or not, it's still going on. You're not going to change anybody. You're not the hero coming in like, dun, 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 everyone's going to listen to me. And, now they're changing their life. No, people need to decide to change for themselves. And most of the time, they're not honest enough with themselves to do it. So they won't, because they might think it's everyone else's problem. That's how I was for years. It's not me, it's them. It's their problem. I'm not the one. They should listen to me, and I'd be up texting and messaging in arguments for what? To get my point across, to feel like I won. I won that conversation. It's all stems from pride and ego of wanting to be right. It's so stupid and it's a waste of time. So you have to untangle these things that are wasting your time and really get clear about it. Get clear about the money going out. Where's it going? How much is going out? In what areas? If you're used to getting your hair done, your nails done, your eyelashes done, and you're struggling financially, maybe stop doing that for a while. Pull back a little bit to gain some control and some traction. Let your hair roots grow for a while, let your nails not look amazing for a while. Don't get a pedicure all the time. Like, pull back to gain control. Now, if that's not an issue for you, but your home's an issue and it's chaotic, stop bringing more in until you get control. You have to be willing, you have to let stuff go, gain control with what you already have before you add more stuff to the list. If your relationships are chaotic, see what it's like. I'm telling you, pull yourself out. Stop talking. Say 2 weeks, I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to answer the call. I'm not going to pull myself out of this and see what happens. You're going to feel so much peace, clarity, and you're going to have time to do other things that are actually life-giving and producing.